It's an amazing title.
No, it's great. And what it is my father is 70 and my mother is, God only knows where she is. She may not be with us anymore. But what I wanted to do before they died was just one more disgraceful moment.
Yeah.
Share all these like horrific stories from growing up with boomers. I love boomers. Boomers are funny. It's not a woe is me book.
Yeah.
Boomers are deeply selfish, narcissistic monsters sent to destroy the earth. They've destroyed society. They viewed their children as an obstacle and an impediment to their own success.
For sure.
They were jealous of their children. They liked when their children failed. They set their children up in many cases to fail. They were hateful, horrible people. They were completely divorced from reality. They have tangled themselves up in conspiracy theories. You could find them on Facebook right now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like they're, as soon as they got technology, they used it to spread hate and division and fear. All they believe in is fear mongering and dividing people. Because they believe that's how they benefit. They were the luckiest generation, other than the few of them who died in Vietnam. Enough. We've heard about that. The rest of them had charmed lives with great peacetime, and they were given and inherited this whole country and destroyed it. And my father, you know, when I told him I was like an alcoholic, I was a drunk. And I didn't say I'm an alcoholic, but I said to him, like, I'm hanging out at a bar every night. I'm drinking every night. And instead of saying, like, you should get help, my father goes, son, like an old man bar has played a role in every Dillon's life.
Wow.
He goes, your Uncle Tommy went to Buckley's. I used to go to a place called the Bitter Ant. Like,
cool.
They're so... Like my father, I was smoking cigarettes, 13 years old, smoking cigarettes in the front seat of his car. He let me smoke cigarettes. And he goes, you know what's good about you? You never smoke them down to the filter. He goes, you never smoke them down to the end. He goes, that's what's good about you.
That's an amazing compliment from a dad.
Yeah. So these were the type of people they were.
You got to internalize, like, that is what's good about me.
He's like, you never smoke him down to the end. He goes, that's what's good about you. And I threw him out the window, and he goes, you know, and that's like...
I picture, like, other kids talking about what their fucking self-esteem comes from. And then they get to you.
Because I used to... I
do that's really good.
Yeah.
I never smoke them down to the filter. What?
Well, I did what the trans kids do now. I go, if you don't let me smoke, I'm going to kill myself. That's what the trans kids do. They go, you give me tits or I'm out of here. No, I would go, you have to let me smoke. So they were getting divorced, and my father's like, well, he's just smoking a pack a day. It's not a big deal. And I smoked for years, and I would just smoke. My grandmother let me smoke at her house, and my friend's parents, my friend Ryan was dating a stripper. My friend is in jail now. He was dating a stripper, and Indiana's Most Wanted. She was on Indiana's Most Wanted. So like state troopers came to the house once. My friend Ryan answered the door, and like they were like doing identity theft, they're doing bad stuff, and the troopers were like, where is she? And he goes, I don't know what you're talking about. And they go, listen, if you don't tell us where she is, you're an accomplice. So like, again, where is she? And my friend just was there like 2 seconds and then just looked at the cops and went, she's in the kitchen. And they come and they take this woman out in cuffs, and the boomer parents are kind of unfazed.
Yeah.
And literally that night for dinner, we're all sitting there, and his mother's like, you know what I want to do? What about a condo in Naples? How about Naples, Florida? I mean, it's gorgeous. The restaurants are great. This is after a woman had been taken out of the house in handcuffs. They were so crazy. So the book is just a collection of like these stories of these crazy people.
That boomer generation is about
they're the worst.
Like looking at a problem and be like, can we get out of this right now? And then just change topic.
Yeah.
It was never about like, I feel like that's because they were raised by real fucking Neanderthals, at least emotionally.
Yeah.
When you think about it, like a boomer is raised by someone born in like 1910 or 15.
Oh my
Right.
God.
They had no skill set.
Yeah.
Nothing given to them. So then they just
No emotional life.
No emotional
They're like
life.
dogs.
Well, boomers also have this very interesting victimhood complex. Like they're always aggrieved. They're aggrieved. Like every time you're on the phone with one of them, Like, you know, like my aunt, for example, during COVID, she goes, I hope everyone gets this vaccine because I'd like to do some traveling and I've worked my whole life. I'm like, everyone's worked their whole life.
Yeah.
Everyone's worked their whole
so special.
Who hasn't worked their whole life? Like she goes, I've worked my whole life. Like, I'm like, everyone's worked their whole life, you crazy bitch. Like,
So
of
selfish.
course they're fucking... But again, it was all about her. She's like, I'd like to travel.
What about me?
What about me?
Oh my God, I just remember what my dad liked about me.
Yeah.
He goes, you know what's good about you?
Yeah.
Is that you're a girl, but you don't talk too much. Sometimes women
That's
talk too
nice.
much. That is a nice compliment.
But see, that's nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't
You don't
talk
smoke
too
them down
much.
the filters. You're not a chatty broad.
Yeah. My father would say things to me, he'd give me this advice. Like, we'd be in a car. He'd be like, son, never overestimate your value. And then he goes, what you do, someone else will do too.
Cool.
He would say things like that. You know, like he would just have these like very like, you know.
The thing is about these comments
Christ.
too, is if you were to ask your dad or your dad about saying that, they'd be like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with that?
I just tell you my feelings.
They're oblivious to the
Right.
fact
Yeah.
what that means. For me,
God.
my parents used to introduce the three of us to people.
Yeah.
And like I have an older sister and a younger sister, and they would go, my older sister's Maria, they'd be like, this is Maria, she's an A student, she's a great athlete, she's creative, she dances, she's just full of
Yeah.
life. She's this amazing kid. And this is Jane, she's our baby, she's adorable, she's sweet, she's just the cutest little sweetest girl. And then they would be like, this is Tommy, he's nice. I go, is that it? Like, that's the end of the thing?
You were a man. You had to stand on your own.
Yeah, exactly. They were
Yeah.
just like, well, we take care of the girls.
Yeah.
Like, you got
Yeah.
enough. Like, you're...
The pre-order the book, the code is going to be in the YouTube description and a bunch of other places on my social media, probably my Instagram bio. It's going to be a lot of fun.